So, kids, what we're gonna do today, just to try to keep this moving along, is we're gonna pull these fuel tanks off and pull some fuel lines and some fuel pump and some other stuff out of the way so I can finish washing this and start working on the POR 15 treatment that we're gonna put on. That treatment requires a degreaser spray, metal prep spray, and then a last wash and dry, and going to be painted on with a brush. And if nobody has ever told you that I have too much crap, well, guess what? I have too much crap. Wrong size. I'm also going to put that guy back in there to keep that from getting water. So this morning, my wifey was asking me how many miles this truck had on the Odo, that is. I didn't know. Well, I just looked and it was 55,600 and change. And it's been rolled over once. I'm hoping that I can come up with a set of Dakota digital gauges to put in it, which will allow me to odometer to that 155,000 and change mark. So that can come off with it, that's fine. These guys here, you just pop these little plastic pricks out of here. I have to go find my prying tool. There we go. And just pull the hose off. This other one here, pull the little plastic clips out, pop off the hose, get gas all over the place, because that's how we do. We are getting new vents, new vent hoses, new gas lines, new pump switch. There will be an inline gas pump down here on the feed side. I got lucky with the system that I'm putting in that this truck already had a return setup between the selector valve. Hook up my ACES EFI fuel injection system. I'll have a return line to feed back to the tanks. Of course there's a nut underneath. Duh. Find us a wrench. Look at there. Where? We also have new straps coming for them. So new tanks, new straps, new sending units, new all the stuff and things. I wager this back tank, when I take it off, is empty. People say you need to go on Amazon and buy these clips. Just try to pull them out, you're going to break them. I got news for you. An 86-mile truck, these clips have never been taken off so far. But I haven't broken exactly. See, I'm about to break this one out, bet you, because I opened my mouth, started speaking. I got it out. Not a broken clip anywhere. This tank, I think, should be dry. Anyone want to point out where I put my wrench? There it is. It's right underneath my hand. Duh. This truck is also getting all new brake lines. Not taking any chances with the brakes. There's no telling. No, there is telling. I know for sure that there's a hole worn through one of the brake lines that comes back into the back. now, I think we're down to just starting to pull some little parts and pieces off. I'm gonna pull this fuel pump up here off. Get myself acclimated to where I put everything this morning. So instead of fighting this, we'll see if I can find my pry tool. That should make these fuel lines here just a little easier to disconnect. I really don't care too much if I break these clips. At this point, it's kind of just a challenge to see if I can do it without breaking them. I'm probably going to put new ones in anyway. Or these may be hose pumps. I don't know yet. I ordered the pre-bent fuel line kits for it. So they might be, they might not be. We'll have to, the whole truck's getting rewired front and back. So I'm going to have to, as part of my harness building, put on a new plug, because this plug is different than the one that we have. On our new selector valve. Look at that. Got them all out without tearing them. A little gas on us here. Really have to pull all those out if I can fit this through here, which I can. Pull these guys out of the bracket. Trying not to break these brackets, and surprisingly, they're standing up better than I figured they would. Somebody added some specialty custom wiring to this truck. Definitely got the special part of that right. My goal for today is to get this cleaned up to this transmission cross member so that I can get the back half painted. I'm gonna have to find my Sawzall because I'm gonna have to pull these exhaust pipes off here at some point. I think while we got it apart, we're going to pull down the trans, throw a new clutch on it. Since I got perfect access to it, as you can not see, because I've got you way over here and it's way over there. You're going some pretty decent shape. We're probably going to replace them, but they're not in bad shape. That brings the whole front harness, front half of that harness, out. Should allow us to pull this through. Everything from the front to the back for the wiring harness is done. When you're the cameraman and the working man, it's hard to get good views of everything. Sometimes the wifey will come help with the video, and sometimes she can't. It's out of there. Let's pull it out of. Oh, I found more wire harness. Piece of a harness here. It's missing. I think it goes right there to that vehicle safety switch. We're going to have to correct that because that's kind of dangerous to not have that on there. But to save these two plugs because I'm gonna have to reuse them. One is your neutral switch for your two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive switch, and the other one is something to do with the speedometer, but I'm not really sure exactly what yet. I don't know if it's an electronically sensed speedometer plus a cable. That'd be interesting. We're sure gonna find out. All right, so now I gotta figure out how to undo all these damn emergency brake cables. Right there. Is getting all new brake lines and a new portioning valve, and a new vacuum booster and master cylinder, pretty much a whole new brake system. We get new slave cylinders in the back. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with the front brakes yet. They might get fully replaced. They probably will, which means new rotors, calipers. I don't think I'm going to go into doing wheel bearings yet. I'm going to wait and see kind of where I land on that first. Pull this guy here off. We did order a replacement kit for the exhaust, not exhaust. I did order exhaust. Replacement kit for the vent for the fuel tanks, which is this little hose I'm pulling out right now. And this one was for the front tank. They run up to the front here somewhere, and they vent into something. Not really sure exactly what. Don't really care, to be honest with you. It's not going to have a standard vacuum system on it like it came from the factory with. I think I said that already, but we're going to cut. Hopefully you can see where I'm pointing here. We're going to cut all this shit off. Headers on instead of these manifolds with these stupid smog pump ports. We're going to pull the smog pump piece off the back here. Plug these holes here on both sides. Get rid of this piece here, the EGR valve. Basically just dumping all that crap to our oil pressure. Sending it right there. It's going to probably get the heads pulled off of it because it's getting a new cam. It is getting a pump cams, mother thumper cam. It's getting fuel injection. So the intake and everything will be different than what it is now. I think I'm probably going to pull the heads off to do all that. Which is a great thing about having the cab off the truck. I can get all this. Probably going to have to disconnect everything, pull that core support with the radiator and condenser off. That way I can get that cam to pull all the way out. And I really think we're ready. Some degreaser on and go to washing here in just about a minute and a half or two. Wrap up a couple of little loose ends over this way, like those tank straps that are hanging down can come off. And they just kind of poke through a slot in the frame. You just turn them and pull them right out on that other end. Little T-channel goes through a flat slot and then turns sideways to hold them in. Two out. I think what I'm going to do on them is I'm just going to go find my Sawzall because I got to cut these body mounts off. I don't have the tool to try to remove the centerpiece here. So I'm just going to pull the Sawzall out, cut underneath that. There's one here, one there, and one up there. These two are the only ones I'm really worried about right now. They're the only ones in the way of progress. Them off, I'll probably go ahead and cut the exhaust right there and cut it back there and just pull it out. Cut those straps, pull them out, and we'll start cleaning her up. Ordered replacement parts for all of this emergency brake stuff. Like I said, I'm just not taking any chances with it. I want it to work, especially being a standard truck. You need it as a parking brake. Put you all on park for a few minutes until I get this thing located, and then we'll try and tear some more stuff up.